We're here with the guys from the Strumbellas, and they're going to tell us about sailing.
So, sailing, I think the chorus I wrote like 8 years ago, and I found it on an old computer that I had. I was digging around in like old voice memos on an old computer, and I found that chorus, and I was like, maybe that's something. So I brought it back, and then it turned into like a band song, and then we released it on this record. But that chorus has been around on my computer for like a good 8 years, so it's kind of weird how it came about. And then we just kind of polished around it and stuff. But it's a super old song that got on a newer record. So it's weird. It's kind of weird.
Do you remember the origin of it? Like what kind of inspired that song?
The truth is, I had no idea. I honestly don't even. I don't remember writing it. I don't remember where I was. I don't remember why I wrote Sailing. It's actually, I actually have no idea.
Yeah. And now the song has kind of caught on and taken on a whole new life of its own. What is it like to kind of have that experience where you accidentally discover a song again, and all of a sudden it's kind of the one that's helping blast you guys off?
That's a good question. I mean, I think as long as people feel something from it and sing along to it and enjoy it, for me it doesn't matter where it came from, or if it's old computer, or I wrote it for the record, or Dave wrote it, or you wrote it. It's just, if people enjoy it and take something from it, and that's all that really matters, I think,
Right. So even though you kind of discovered it, in a different kind of sense, what does that song mean to you at this point?
You know what, to be honest, I find that when you make a record, you hear the song so many times, you sicken yourself with them because you hear it so many times in the studio. So it's only when you play it live and fans and people are singing it is that like brings it back to life. So for me at this point, all the songs that we've recorded are basically just brought back to life every time we play them.
Right.
Like, I haven't listened to our record since it was recorded.
Yeah.
Well, I'll say this about it actually. There's a lot of Sailing that you hear on the recorded version came together in the studio. Simon was just talking about this, about how our producer the chorus was kind of halftime. It was a song that was fast in the verses and slowed down in the choruses, and our producer said, no, we gotta keep the momentum going. So that changed. A lot of some of the sounds of particularly the vintage keyboards and some of the harmony vocals came together really spontaneously in the studio as we were recording it, and there are things there, and so that kind of evolved quickly in the recorded version, and then the live version has evolved in its own way. So I actually find, I know what Simon's saying, you get not sick of your own songs, but you lose the ability to maybe be objective about them or something like that while you're recording. But then you don't listen to the album version, you're very familiar with the live version because you do that every night, and then when I hear it, it sounds cool to me. Like when I hear Sailing now, it has certain little tiny things that we don't do on stage, and it sounds neat. Like it's neat to have this different version that's out there kind of doing its own thing while we work on the Sailing that we bring to life every day.
Right. Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thank you.